Hi, and welcome to IRE TV. My name is Kasey McDonald, Director of the Property Management Training Academy. And today I'm going to be sharing some tips on the efficiency in property management and how technology is there to help us improve the way in which we operate. I'll be having Samara Bedwell from Macwell Property join me on the couch today, where we'll be discussing the technology tips that she's introduced into her business that is allowing her property management team to operate efficiently. So let's get into it. Welcome back. Well, today we have Samara Bedwell from Macwell Property joining me on the couch, and we're going to be talking about the efficiency in property management. Thank you for joining me, Samara.
Thanks, Kasey, for having me.
I wanted to start and talk to you about the importance of efficiency and you're running a property management business and how your team are operating and what are some of the key aspects that you've introduced to ensure that they are operating at optimum performance.
So we basically have always been a very checklist orientated team. Checklists are only as good as the person that uses them though. So my role is to predominantly audit those checklists. But now as we've moved into 2019, there's so many different technologies and things around to support our team. So we've been really investigating some of those technologies to see how it can support my team so that it's a better experience for our customers and our clients.
Great. Yeah, and it's a really good point to make because checklists are vital to the success of the business. And I think gone are the days of maybe the paper-based checklist and looking into different types of technology software programs like Trello as an example, where you can actually have your checklist tasks all built in to your software programs and it's giving you electronic alerts on who needs to do what steps. So as much as they're very important, I think we need to certainly embrace technology. And if I can lead into the next question in operating a property management business and then starting to adapt to these new technology platforms, talk me through some of the initial challenges that you faced with your team in adapting to technology.
So change is always hard, Kasey. It doesn't matter whether you're young and old. Perhaps the millennials took it on a little bit better than some of the older generation. But initially it's just about breaking the already made habits and systems and bringing in that new system. So there was a little bit of a rebuttal and convincing as to how we're going to bring those in and always getting to get through those initial teething problems. So how does it actually fit with how we run our business already? So a bit of customization as well. We had brought in some technologies as well that my staff had believed they were using well. And when I did an audit and a little bit of back-end training, found that they were only using a snippet of what the actual technology was bringing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think it's certainly a vital message that you've just made then by saying that it's really important in whatever technology software program you're going to introduce into your business, you need to ensure that it's going to be, number one, the right fit for your business, and number two, that your staff have some buy-in in around what that technology is, but also that they have a level of training and understanding as to the features and benefits that piece of software is going to bring to them in their day-to-day role. Really, really vital as a property manager previously myself, that if I didn't know exactly what I was going to get out of that particular software or program, I tend to find that I would put a handbrake up or, close down about wanting to actually use it and embrace it. So if there's any one tip today, please make sure that you bring your team in and everyone gets the adequate training on the features and benefits of the technology to help them become more efficient. So let's dive a little bit further into that if we can continue down the path, but looking at not so much the challenges around that, but now that you've implemented some technology to help them become more efficient, how have they changed in the way in which they perform?
It's funny that you say about that buy-in with the staff because they actually now feel like they've got ownership of their portfolio. They've embraced it. All the barriers have come down, and they actually just feel like they're running a really smooth portfolio now. So it's really good to have them on board. They're now themselves looking for other technologies, things that are going to support them and their clients and customers. It's not just being left to me as the business owner. So it's just been a really, really good outcome by sharing that experience with the whole teams.
Yeah, that's really great to hear. So as you can hear, guys, it's really important as a property manager that you don't be fearful of technology change. It is there to help you be more efficient and for you to have more control in your portfolio. So now we're going to talk about how technology is there to not just also improve our efficiency as a property manager, but also how it actually helps our communication with our landlord and our tenant. So Samara, in introducing some of the technology software into your business, how has that had a positive impact in how you communicate with your landlords and your tenants?
So there's a couple of different technologies that we've brought in, but one in particular that was probably paramount in recent times in Queensland. We've had a little bit of oversupply in recent times of stock. So the leasing process was getting quite lengthy. Communication styles were changing rapidly. You know, millennials want to text and things like that. So one of the technologies that we did bring in, rather than make it easier for us, even though it has, was Inspect Real Estate. We found that tenants wanted to be communicated with far more rapidly. They were making decisions on their properties more quickly, and because there was that amount of choice out there, if we didn't act quickly, we would miss out on good applicants to another property. So we brought that in, and that has been really, really great for our business. And on that technology as well, it's got landlord reporting. So we can be reporting on the run to our landlords because there's an app on your phone. So it's not meaning that you've got to get back to the office and then unpack everything. You can do everything on the run with it. So that's been really, really good. And our customers and our clients have received that really, really well. Of course, we take the credit for it, but it's a technology product that we've brought into the business.
Really, really great point that you make, Samara, by introducing that piece of technology, is that you've actually thought about how can we improve not just the efficiency of our property management team, but how we then are communicating and relaying back the relative information to both tenants and our landlords. And if you've gone through that tough market, and I know that, yes, Brisbane or Queensland have certainly gone through that in stages. You know, we've had WA, there's been South Australia, Darwin. So many areas around the country have experienced similar leasing phases. And by having a piece of technology like Inspect Real Estate that allows you to communicate on the run, it has automated messages in there. So it's about choosing a product that's not just going to benefit you as a property manager, that's also going to benefit and get you the best outcome for your tenant and your landlord. So really well done in choosing that piece of software for your business. As a part of this as well, let's talk about then that feedback that you're getting from introducing these different technology platforms in, and you're saying that your clients have had a positive experience out of it. And would you say that that's continuing with where technology is going and the types of clientele that are starting to come into the market?
Absolutely. A lot of people fear bringing technology into their business because it's a cost up front. And I know that I'm a bit of a penny pincher as well, being that we're a reasonably small startup, I guess. We're not very old. But what I had to do was work out my cost of service. And I knew what it cost me to manage a property. And if I didn't embrace some of this technology, I was going to be losing business because I wasn't going to be competing with the bigger players out there. So our clients and our customers have to be our front and center focus. And we've got to take that from what's best for us and what's best for them, because that's who's employing us. That's our reputation. That's our 5-star ratings on Google, etc. So we've really taken it to that level of saying, well, let's not jump on every bit of technology, but let's jump on those technologies that are going to make it a better experience and work out our numbers. And yeah, it actually has brought more business to us than what it cost to implement.
Yeah, and again, such an important point that you've raised there by looking at your cost of service, and it's understanding what your bottom line is. And again, I'm just going to reiterate that not every piece of software is going to be right in your business, but bring the team in, understand your bottom line, understand that cost of service, and overall what that piece of software is going to do for not just you in your property management business, but for your clients and customers. And at the end of the day, it's about growing our business. It's about growing the wealth for that investor for their property. So we want to make sure that overall we're embracing, we're not fearful, and that, you know, we dive in, but we actually dive in having understood and done all of the research possible. So thank you for joining me today, Samara. I really appreciate your tips and your piece of advice that you shared.
Thanks for having me, Kasey.
So guys, if you'd like to learn more about the Property Management Training Academy and the coaching and consulting services I have to offer for your property management team, please feel welcome to get in contact with me. Thank you for watching. I'm Kasey McDonald, and this is IRE TV.